currently drowning in $60,000 worth of debt. I decided to create this secret account to hide from my friends and family who have no idea how bad my financial situation is. I owe $30,000 worth of credit card debt at 24 years old.
I am in credit card debt, and that turned into so many dumb purchases along the way that I'm literally paying for now.
Well, you already know. It's time to clock in with Jesse and Money Minds. On today's show, I'll be reacting to videos of people struggling with credit card debt. But more importantly, I'll walk you through some practical steps to tackle that debt and common pitfalls to avoid so you don't end up falling for the traps that credit card companies set for you. So grab a cup of coffee, relax, and let's dive into the video.
Currently drowning in $60,000 worth of debt. I decided to create this secret account to hide from my friends and family who have no idea how bad my financial situation is. My husband works 72 plus hours a week. By the time bills and minimum payments for our credit cards are paid for, there is chump change left for groceries and gas. I'm at my wit's end because I don't know what else to do. We don't even have extra $10, $15 to throw towards debt at this point. And I see that this trend is working for a lot of people. They're trying to pay off their husband's trucks. I'm really just trying to get in a better financial situation because my worst fear is that my husband can't go to work or something happens and we lose everything. We have no savings. We have nothing to fall back on. So please help me out. Engage from the bottom up. Hit all the buttons. Tell me how much debt you are in. You are not alone. Let's help each other out. There is enough to go around on this app.
All right. The first thing she should do is pick up a job and help her husband with the bills, because it sounds like she's a stay-at-home wife. With the situation they're in, that extra income can really make a difference. Next, she should call her credit card company and ask for a lower APR. If her credit has improved since she got the card, they might approve it, which would mean more of her payment will go towards the actual balance instead of just interest. If they refuse to lower the APR, she can also ask if they have any hardship programs. Sometimes companies will work with you if you're struggling. And finally, they need to find ways to cut back and save wherever possible. If they don't have a budget, then they need to make one. All right, I think I talked long enough, so we're gonna move on to the next video.
I owe $30,000 worth of credit card debt at 24 years old. This is my credit card debt breakdown. I currently have 5 different credit card accounts that I need to pay off. The first one, which is the least amount of debt that I owe, would be my Freedom Unlimited card, in which I owe $1,649.99. My Capital One card, I owe $4,388.83. On my Best Buy account, I owe $6,210. On my Chase credit card, I owe $6,856. Last but not least, Discover. This is the one that I owe the most on, and it is $10,952. That brings me to a total of $30,057.68. I've looked into filing for bankruptcy, but I don't think that that's the best route for me at this time. I think that I won't qualify for Chapter 7, and I also don't think that Chapter 13 would be the best option either. There's no other option for me other than just finding other ways to make money and paying this off as soon as possible. I'm turning 25 soon, and my goal is to become debt-free and just be more smart with my money. Honestly, just never get myself back into this position.
Honestly, I don't know what credit card company will hand a 24-year-old $30,000 worth of credit. That alone makes me think she has a spending problem. And I can't help but to wonder if credit cards are her only debt. She might even have a car loan on top of that. If I were in her shoes at that age, the first thing I would do is pick up extra hours at work or a second job. Then I'll start knocking out that debt, beginning with the one carrying the highest interest rate and working my way down. Once those cards are paid off, I wouldn't close the account, but I definitely tucked those cards away in the safe so I couldn't use them. More than anything though, she needs to get on a budget because her spending is out of control. I don't know what her total credit limit is, but if her utilization rate is over 30%, then her credit score is taking a hit. She really needs to stay away from credit cards and focus on living within her means. It won't be easy at first, but the peace of mind that comes with knowing you can buy whatever you want with cash and not have a debt hanging over your head is worth it. Alright, so we're gonna move on to the final video.
I have been financially not doing great. I am a nurse. Even though I am a nurse and I make good money, I don't have money, which is the sad part because of the choices that I've made still currently and the choices that I've made like previously, like from a couple of years. I am in credit card debt, and it's this unhealthy cycle that I have been putting myself into, and this just relationship with money has just never been something that I was talked about. Lifestyle creep is definitely a thing, and especially when you are trying to make a brand for yourself, when you're aspiring to do something that you want to do, and content creation has been something that I've always wanted to do. Being a YouTuber has always been something I want to do. I've always just wanted to be on camera. I've always just wanted to make a name for myself, whether it be like through content creation, being a YouTuber, being an entrepreneur, like whatever it may be. I always felt like I was meant to do something other than nursing. And so I think for years I have been continuously like, going with the trends and like, buying whatever everyone else buys so that like I can post about it and like, be seen. But then I get caught up with imposter syndrome of not being enough. For in order for me to become someone, I guess I was influenced by everyone else around me. So if I bought the next best thing, or if I like looked a certain way by buying these clothes, then I was gonna make an image, a brand for myself. And that turned into like so many like dumb purchases like along the way that I'm like literally paying for now. And don't get me wrong, I have been trying to get myself together when it comes to my finances, because obviously like I have money to pay my bills. I have money to like pay down the minimums on my credit cards. But a lot of the times I don't take into account like, money like for myself and money to, just enjoy life. And most of the time like I'm struggling to even do that. So I think I've reached my breaking point. Enough is enough. Like living paycheck to paycheck, living with like the credit card debt and like the afterpays and everything, like I'm done. Like I'm so done. I want to be financially free. Like I don't want to have to worry about like, if I'm gonna be able to eat. I just don't want to be in this cycle anymore, because it's like I want to travel, I want to buy a house, I want to get married, like all of these things. Like it's just like it's not possible until I take this step of paying off my debt. And not just paying off my debt, but like being financially literate and just understanding you can't always have your wants. You have to prioritize like your needs. And sometimes like I rationalize like my needs, my wants, to make them seem like their needs. And I just need to get out of this toxic like mindset. Like it sucks. And I'm not making this an excuse, but I guess like impulsivity and like shopping addiction is part of ADHD. And sometimes I hate it. Like sometimes I like get mad at myself for having this ADHD and is the reason why I'm in this situation. But at the same time, it's like I need to remember, what can I do now to just like get myself out of this hole. So the reason I'm crying on the internet is to show people that like seriously, like do not like, I understand that I'm trying to be an influencer, I'm trying to be a content creator, and that goes with like promoting products, but like literally live within your means and only buy like if you have the money for it. Stop klarning, stop affirming, stop afterpaying, like stop just swiping the credit card, because like yeah, it may be fun like in the moment, but literally you will regret it if that stuff like just racks up and it's like years down the line and you're still paying for that purse that you bought like 4 years ago. Life is too freaking short for us to be paying money on stuff that we bought like a couple years ago. Life is too short for us to be paying for materialistic things. Instead, we should be paying for experiences, for like adventures and whatever it may be, like for new life like chapters. And I don't know. Buying the next best thing is not worth your mental health. Buying the next best thing is not worth the emotional and financial burden that you're going to experience if you can't pay it off right away. If you're watching this and you are also in the same boat, like you are not alone. This stuff is hard to navigate, and not a lot of people like talk about the realness about being in credit card debt or like even student loans. Like I don't even want to think about like the student loans that I have and like my car loan. Like that's another thing in itself. But if you're watching this all the way through, the one thing that I can say is that if you're going into 2025 with debt, specifically credit card debt, please make a plan to like get out of it, because I know I am, because I can't do it anymore. It's not cute anymore to just put it on the credit card or like I'll do some installment payments. It's not cute anymore. You're going to continue these habits, and it's going to take you so much longer to, one, pay for it, but two, unlearn those habits of impulse spending.
There's a lot to unpack from this video. It honestly blows my mind sometimes how even people with college degrees and solid careers still struggle with basic spending habits. The positive thing, though, is that she does recognize she has a problem and that she wants to break free from the debt trap she created for herself. One thing she mentioned was wanting to be an influencer, and a lot of her debt came from buying products to showcase online. But here's the truth. You really don't have to spend a fortune to be a social media influencer. You can start with just your phone camera and some cheap lighting. Viewers don't care whether you spent $5 or $5,000. It's the value viewers get from your content that matters to them. Another point she raised was not learning financial literacy growing up, and that's something I see a lot in the US. But while that's something she might not have learned as a kid, she can start now. The old saying goes, the best time to start was yesterday, and the second best time is today. And today is her chance to turn things around. Being in debt can hinder you from retirement and living a financially free life. But if you're smart with your money and take the necessary steps, it doesn't have to be that way. If you stuck around to the end and got some value from the video, go ahead and hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is Jesse, clocking out.